mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen, let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Israel. Cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing steal out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is exceedingly wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop, like praise ya. Stop and praise, there ain't enough days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See, this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. It's a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride. Just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See, prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy.
Shalom Facebook, Shalom YouTube. Welcome to our prophecy class. Today we are in the book of Isaiah, chapter 48. Now, before we start that, let me preface this that when we do our prophecy class, I try to stay with the prophecies and do not look at the historical parts of these prophecies, because sometimes the prophecies are given, but they've already occurred. So we're going to make sure that we see the prophecies that may be occurring in our time. So what we have here in Isaiah chapter 48 is not exactly prophecy, but from verse 12 all the way down to verse 22, that will be prophetic. Now, the previous verses are not, again, they're not really not historical, and they're not prophetic, but it's Yahweh's talking about his people, and how disappointed he is in them. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, we're in Isaiah chapter 48.
Isaiah chapter 48, verse 12.
No, verse 1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like I said, verse 1 through verse 11, not necessarily historical, but it is something worth reading to let you know how Yahweh felt about what our fathers were off into. So it wasn't exactly historical, but we'll go ahead and read that too.
Isaiah chapter 48, verse 1. Hear you this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Yehuda, which swear by the name of Yahweh, and make mention of the Elohim of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon the Elohim of Israel. Yahweh of hosts is his name. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them. I did them suddenly, and they came to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is as iron sinew, and thy broad brass, I have even from the beginning declared it to thee. Before it came to pass, I showed it thee, lest thou shouldst say, mine idol have done them, and my graven image and my molten image have commanded them.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast heard, see all this, and will not you declare it? I have showed thee new things from this time, even hidden things, and thou didst not know them. They are created now, and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not, lest thou shouldst say, behold, I knew them. Yea, thou heardest not, yea, thou knewest not, yea, from that time that thine ear was not open, for I knew that thou wouldst deal very treacherously, and was called a transgressor from the womb. For my name's sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For mine own sake, even for mine own sake will I do it. For how should my name be polluted, and I will not give my glory unto another?
Mm-hmm.
Hearken unto me, O Yaakov and Israel, my call. I am he, I am the first, I also am the last. Mine hand also have laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand have spanned the heavens. When I call unto them, they stand up together.
Well, have you ever heard of God talk like this? I mean, they'll say, well, God said this, God said that, but this here, he's letting you know how almighty he is. Go ahead, Brother Sam.
Isaiah chapter 48, verse 11.
No.
Verse 14, I'm sorry. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 14. All you assemble yourselves and hear, which among them have declared these things. Yahweh hath loved him. He will do his pleasure on America, and his arm shall be on the Aryans. I, even I, have spoken. Yea, I have called him. I have brought him, and he shall make his way prosperous.
Who's he talking about? You have it in your notes? What your notes say?
Israel.
Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 48, verse 16. Come you near unto me, hear you this. I have not spoken in secret from the beginning, from the time that it was, there am I, and now the Adonai Elohim and his spirit have sent me.
So you got the notes on who this is? Who is this?
Yahshua.
Yahshua. Go ahead, Brother Sam.
Verse 17. Thus saith Yahweh thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am Yahweh thy Elohim, which teaches thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldst go. Oh, that thou had hearkened to my commandments, then had thy peace been as a river, and thy righteousness as the waves of the sea. Thy seed also had been as the sand, and the offspring of thy bowels like the gravel thereof. His name should not have been cut off nor destroyed from before me. Go you forth of America, flee you from the Aryans with the voice of singing. Declare you, tell this, utter it, even to the end of the earth. Say you, Yahweh have redeemed his servant Yaakov. And they thirsted not when he led them through the deserts. He caused the waters to flow out of the rock for them. He clave the rock also, and the waters gushed out. There is no peace, saith Yahweh, unto the wicked.
In verse 17, I found that very interesting. It says, thus saith Yahweh, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am Yahweh the Elohim, which teaches thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. Now, what does he mean about that profit? That he teach you how to make money? Well, I mean, that's how I look at it. Because you got that in the law, actually. That just because you're rich, don't think you did it on your own. I did it rich. I'm paraphrasing. So I found that I started to skip over chapter 48, but Spirit said, no, you go ahead and do that too, because you got a lot of things in here that catch your eyes. That's why I say it's not really historical, more prophetic than historical, but it is Yahweh declaring his greatness to the children of Israel and the uselessness of their other God that they were worshiping.
Could that 1 through 11, could that be directly talking to us today?
Could that be what now?
Directly just talking to us today from just what he was saying.
In verse 11?
From 1 through 11.
1 through 11?
Everything that he was saying.
That can apply to us in these days too, because Yahweh's people in America worshiping another God. And you can't tell them that, they know everything. So Yahweh's actually, nothing really changed. Our fathers were the same way. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 1. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, you people from far. Yahweh have called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother has he made mention of my name.
Now, for my audience on YouTube and Facebook, this is the first time that you hear Israel talking. That's who we're named after, Israel, Yahweh's firstborn son. This is his first time talking. He doesn't say anything anymore after this, and he didn't say anything before this, but I kind of find it interesting that he would be speaking at this point, but it also, when you get down to verse 7, you see the combination of Israel and the Mashiach. You're going to see for yourself. Start that over, brother.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 1. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, you people from far. Yahweh have called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother has he made mention of my name. And he has made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand has he hid me and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver has he hid me and said unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified.
So this, again, this is Israel talking, but look at verse 2. And I find that interesting too. He says, and you have made my mouth like a sharp sword, and in the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver hath he hid me. You can't see him, but he's speaking. Now you combine that with Mashiach baptism, and the Spirit came upon him and heard that voice out of heaven said, This is my son in whom I will please. So there's a combination of, our father did not know he was talking in the Spirit when they talked to him, right? That's why the scribes and Pharisees did not know. They were listening to Israel when he said, I'm from above and you from beneath. That's him talking right here, but you can't see it. That's the main thing. You can't see him. He said, I'm here. Yeah. They can't see me. You see the man that I'm inside, but you can't see me. I find that's a very interesting combination there. That someone you can't see is actually speaking through someone that you can see. Now that's the Spirit talking. Right? So it's not him talking, it's the Spirit talking. And he can't deny himself, but he doesn't have to let you know who he is, because he's hidden. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
hidden through the ones that are actually out here spreading the word.
I'm sorry to hear you.
I
Hidden to the ones that are actually out here spreading the word.
Not Israel. We are Israel, with Jacob. But that spirit that we have that make us not only understand the word, but to preach this word, that is the spirit of truth.
So through that,
Huh?
studying this book, studying this book right here.
Yeah.
That gives
Yeah.
us that knowledge, which is the hidden spirit that's within us.
Yeah, that's the only way you understand the book.
Okay. So that would be the hidden, that would be the hidden truth that would be nobody else would see that but us repeating everything that we get out of this book.
Yes, well, this all Yahweh is going to show us. So we're going to deviate like that dude did yesterday that texted me said we got a false doctrine.
Yeah.
He deviated. I mean, he's way off. Is that Otis?
We normally won't talk about
You know, yeah, I'm going to use a park over there. But nevertheless, we're not doing this on our own,
Right.
right? Mashad wasn't doing what he was doing on his own. So when we speak this word, we can prove what we're speaking about, what's written. Now that's the spirit, right?
Right.
So we accept that reality that we didn't used to speak this way at one time. All of a sudden now we're speaking this way. Where's that coming from? It's the spirit. And nothing we can do because Yahweh give it to who he want to give it to. Right? So therefore when somebody asks you a question about what's in the book, you know exactly what to tell them. Right? Because they can't find it themselves. But you got the spirit to show it to them. And that's the main thing. So not even you talking. It's a book talking.
Okay.
So we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That answer your question? Okay. Go ahead, Brother Stein.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 4. Then I said, I have labored in vain, I have spent my strength for naught and in vain, yet surely my judgment is with Yahweh and my work with my Elohim. And now, saith Yahweh, that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of Yahweh, and my Elohim shall be my strength.
And that's another interesting verse. This is Israel talking about Israel. So you know there are two entities here. It's the spirit, and then it's talking about the flesh. Right? It's Yaakov. It says, and now saith Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him, though Israel, the people, be not gathered, yet shall I, Israel, be glorious in the eyes of Yahweh, and my Elohim shall be my strength. That's an interesting way of putting that. Go ahead, Brother Sam. Shalom, brother. Here they are.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth.
Now, that light to the Gentiles, that's already occurred. I thought that was old. Now, how did it occur? Look at what it says here. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. So, has that already occurred?
Mashiach.
Huh?
That was with Mashiach, wasn't
Not quite. Tell you what, now listen to the words he's using here. especially when it says, I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou may be my salvation to the end of the earth, right? Let's go to Acts chapter 13. That in y'all notes? I thought so. In Acts chapter 13, verse 46, it says, Then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said, It was necessary that the word of Elohim should first have been spoken to you. He's talking to the Jews. But seeing you put it from you and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, we turn to the Gentiles. For so hath Yahweh commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. You see that? So that's exactly what we read in Isaiah 49, right? So Paul was the light that was sent to the Gentiles.
So I was looking the other way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's easy to connect there.
Paul,
Yeah,
so
sure.
he was actually meaning Paul himself.
Right, right.
Okay.
So yeah, Paul was he was that light that was going to save the Gentiles. Right? But it says Israel was supposed to do that. So we got to look at the spirit that came upon Paul. So that same spirit, he said in verse 47, for so have Yahweh commanded me. Right? So Yahweh's using it in the flesh. Now we know Israel is a spirit. So how would he accomplish being a light to the Gentiles if you can't see him? So what it says, for so have the Yahweh commanded me, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. So Paul became what it says in Isaiah chapter 49, that light to the Gentiles. Because the children of Israel, they knew about Israel, but the Gentiles didn't know about Israel. So they had to see who it is that was coming to him. And he had to prove his ministry by some of the miracles that he did around him. Right? So he already had a message ready for the Gentiles to let them know that they need to turn away from their gods and worship true and living God. So they weren't worshiping Yahweh. So he was bringing them to Yahweh. Right? So I just wanted to show you that it was Paul that actually did that. All right, let's read that verse again, verse 7, and continue to read.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6. And he said, It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Yaakov and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Thus saith Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom man despises, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of Yahweh that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee.
Now we see a coming together of Israel and the Mashiach. Because how can people despise something they can't see? In verse 7, thus saith Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One, to him whom man despises. So he has to be seen to be despised. To him whom the nation abhor, they got to hate somebody that they can see. And to a servant of rulers, so the land was in occupation by the Roman Empire. Kings shall see and arise. That's when he's going to come back in his glory with multiple crowns on his head, being the King of Kings. Kings shall see and arise. Princes also shall worship, because of Yahweh that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel. He shall choose thee. So now you see the coming together of the Mashiach and Israel. The actual action took place at his baptism, but at his crucifixion, Israel left him. It had become too sinful. But nevertheless, it was already prophesied that the combination of Israel and the Mashiach would occur. The Mashiach would have to suffer. People have to hate him, despise him. And then they're going to, when they see him again, this time they're going to rise and glorify him. Yeah. Go ahead, brother. The next still bother you, man? Yeah, you want a karate chop?
You probably feel it better.
Do you have something, brother? Okay, go ahead, brother.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 8. Thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee. And I will preserve thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages, that thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth, to them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in all high places.
Now we're talking about the children of Israel. Verse 8, thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and on a day of salvation have I helped thee, and I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. So again, now the scene is switched to us. So this is what is prophesied that we're going to be doing. Go ahead, Brother Sam.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse, what do you want me to read?
Verse 8 again.
8 again.
Keep on.
Thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee, and I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages, that thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth, to them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in all high places.
Mm-hmm.
They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that have mercy on them shall lead them, even by the springs of water shall he guide them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highway shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for Yahweh hath comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted.
Mm-hmm.
But Zion said, Yahweh hath forsaken me, and my Adonai hath forgotten me.
Mm-hmm.
Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Thy children shall make haste, thou destroyest, and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to thee. As I live, saith Yahweh, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth.
You remember in Zechariah chapter 8, it says that people are going to come up and grab the skirt of him that's a Jew and say, we will go with you because we've heard that God is with you. But that's saying the same thing here. When it says, verse 18, lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to thee. That's never happened. As I live, saith Yahweh, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth. People are going to want to come around it. They don't want to come around it now. And you don't blame them. Yeah, man.
Verses 10 through 13, is that the wilderness? Wilderness experience.
It says, they shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them, for he that hath mercy on them shall lead them even by the springs of water, shall he guide them. And I will make all my mountains a way, and thy highways shall be exalted. That's the regathering of the children of Israel.
Oh, that's what we got. Okay, it's after. Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when you're talking about regathering of Israel, you're not talking about Judah, because Judah's going to be out of America and doing their thing. But the children, the 9 tribes will still be scattered. So you're talking about all of them coming back here. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
For thy wastes and thy desolate places and the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallowed thee up shall be far away.
Mm-hmm.
The children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who have begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro? And who have brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These, where had they been?
And these are the rest of the tribes coming back in. We didn't even know they existed at one time. But we're coming into the revelation of who we are as a people. But we don't know what the rest of the tribes are. And Yahweh's going to be gathering them all back into the land. But like I said, some things got to go down first. The Great Tribulation and the one world order, all that's got to happen before this happens. So the people that are coming back into the land, we're not going to know them, they're not going to know us, but we know that they're there. They must be the children of Israel. When it says the place is too straight for me, well, you got the prophecy of Ezekiel saying, yeah, we're going to be all the way up to Damascus, because it'll be an increase in the land. How much land? And it's going to be geometric this time. Right? At the time that our father divided up the land, it looked like they had borders crossing each other. Mm-hmm. And Benjamin went in Judah, and you had in the northern parts of Israel, you had Issachar and Asher and all those other tribes up there. So they didn't have any real defined borders when you look at the map. But this time in Ezekiel's map, you can see the borders and how far they go up. And it's an increase in the land of how much space we're going to have. Now, that means that not all Israel is going to be coming back, because when we do get back to the land, y'all got to start having babies and increase. What's the matter? You looking at me like?
I look.
Are you looking at him?
Yeah. Praise God.
You looking forward to that?
Praise God. I will.
Well, you know you're gonna be an old man by the time that happens, right?
Yeah, you're right.
It's okay, it works.
What do you say?
It's okay to work. It still
He
works.
said
It's okay to work.
Yeah. Abraham proved that, didn't he?
I'm talking about that. The question. So looking at what's going on now in that Middle East with Netanyahu and Israel pushing towards Lebanon, Syria, and all these things, could that be for our sake?
Yeah. Everything is happening for our sake. Everything that goes on in the world.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, for us, but I'm saying, because you mentioned, when you had said that, I just thought about it in my head, because, I've been seeing this, he's still pushing these, pushing towards Lebanon and Beirut and doing all this, but, we know why they doing it, but they don't understand why they're doing it. So when I say that, I'm just saying that to say this, because he's basically creating, he did mention the thing, saying that, no, I'm taking down these borders. So when you said borders, it just hit me when you said that. So
Well, they got that Greater Israel project going
Right.
on with that. So they're bombing the hell out of Syria, because they read Ezekiel too. Right? So they want America in on it, but Trump won't let them go in. And as a matter of fact, Trump said them Syrians need to handle their own problems. Right? So he want to get out of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there's some thugs over there, man. That's all they are, thugs. Gangsters. I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw a brick.
But Trump finding out and
Uh-huh.
finding out he can't trust them Muslims over there.
Oh, no.
Them Iranians.
You can't trust nobody over there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're supposed to have the people of truth in the land that they lie all day long. They know for lies.
I was just talking about the Iranians.
I'm getting to that.
Yeah.
You can't trust the Muslims either. Because all this time they could have had a peace treaty, but they're stubborn and they don't want to give up the power that they have.
No, none of them trust each other. None of them trust each other.
Not well, yeah.
Iran don't trust Israel.
Yeah, nobody
Israel
trusts
don't
nobody
Iran.
over there.
America don't trust Iran. And Iran don't trust America. So
Right.
you got a whole bunch of people that don't trust each other. That how can you get something done?
Yeah, well, you got some folks don't want to get nothing done.
Yeah.
You got to remember this one world order got to take shape, bro. So all that confusion that they're going through right now, that one world order gonna say, well, we'll cut out all that confusion. We just have one way, one currency, one religion, one king. So everybody be on the same page. So you got different kinds of governments all around the world, and you got different kinds of religions all around the world. So these religions have always been at war with each other. These governments have always been at war. So the one world government is gonna sound like a good idea. Now, this Pope that we got now, he really doesn't fit the description of what the book says, but it's going to be him.
Yeah, he's just quiet.
He's real quiet.
Uh-huh.
He's quiet to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's real quiet.
But whoever this is this king that's going to be over that one world government, Satan going to get in him, right? So with Satan in him, that could change his whole demeanor. He's going to be quiet after Satan get in. Right. Go ahead, Brother Satan.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 22. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, Behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
Now, again, that's not literal, but I've seen it happen. And that's not what they ain't supposed to do that here in America. And besides that, that's just a metaphor of how much people will look up to you and reverence you. But lick the dust off your feet, you won't even allow that.
We saw it. Remember we went downtown, Zach? Down there by Centennial Park.
Uh-huh.
We saw it. So I want to tell them white people, y'all get up. Don't do that. But then, the more I think about it now, I say these people really know who we are. They've been knowing who we are for them to do something like that.
Right.
And we've been playing stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, we want white folks to lick our feet.
Yeah.
Now, what does that prove? You still ain't got no power. You just got some dumb white people.
Yeah, they dumb, man.
Yeah.
You want to do something like that.
No. Peter told Cornelius to get up because I'm a man just like you. You just about to say that?
But Elder, in essence, what this is saying, they just gonna submit themselves to you.
That's
right?
all it says.
It's not
man.
literal.
Yeah. You got to remember now, he's singing this. Isaiah's singing these prophecies. So in any song, that tends to be symbolism. So that is a symbol of how much people are going to reverence you. That go so far as to lick the dust off your feet, which you don't want to do. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
Yeah, I read for them to just keep kissing their dogs in the mouth and put their tongue on my feet.
Yeah.
Just let them, y'all just keep doing that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think about that. You know. They like kissing their dogs, so yeah, they don't want you kissing their feet after they kiss their dog, man.
Oh, black women got into that area.
The toes. Come back home, take your shoes off. You got fleas all over your toes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Huh?
black women, they got into it too.
Black
dogs.
women?
Yeah.
Well, they got dogs? And they kiss the dogs in the mouth?
I get it, right?
Oh, come on.
You got
Black women?
You got videos of them
Yeah.
fixing. One chick, she
Fix
fix her dog food like
She
on the
fixes
stove.
food?
Yeah, like a
Or
steak.
she cook it?
cook it.
Yeah.
Steak, potatoes. Yeah, put it right.
They
in front.
kissing their dog.
Yeah, they got like how they got a little video. They got podcasts where they do it and people be watching. They can have billions of followers.
These sisters.
And you'd be surprised. Yeah, they be out there cooking the dog steaks and go buy her steak, buy the dog a steak and they cook it. Yeah, you'd be surprised with some of these folks doing that. Our folks.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Our folks. I ain't talking about the Gentile.
Yeah,
Our
I was
folks.
dead.
Black women
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
cooking food for a dog.
Yeah.
Like she cooking for a man.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And sit it right next, sit it next to the dog and her plate in the front.
Do the dog stay in the house?
Yeah.
Do the dog sleep in the bed?
Probably do.
Probably do. And,
You know what?
do the dog nails too.
That lets me know
That is on.
that black women now know
They got people
that
home.
they don't have no
The dog
right.
is on.
Yeah, but damn, it's a,
You gotta have a dog for a companion.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, they know right now, don't nobody want to be bothered with them anymore.
well, yeah, and
That's sad,
plus
bro.
a dog will do what she tell him to do.
Yeah.
Won't argue back.
Right.
So my brother said, nah, I don't want to do that.
Now, Elder, even 45, 50 years ago, did you see us walking down the street with dogs on release? We got that from the Gentiles. man.
Yeah,
We
watching
doing
TV.
Stuff, doing stuff like that.
That's a subtle suggestion. Say, look how much fun we're having with our dog. Look how funny our dog is. He's just like us. He's a member of the family.
Yeah.
And the woman say, I'm his mother, and the man say, I'm his daddy. They're part of the family.
We had dogs growing up, Elder, but they stayed outside.
They was tied to the tree.
Outside. No, we didn't tie our dogs to no tree or nothing like that.
You had a dog in your house?
Outside.
Huh?
They stayed outside.
The dog stayed outside?
Yeah, outside to protect the keep people from coming in that they don't know.
Well,
They stayed outside.
Brother Bless you right. We had taught them dog because you remember you had a leash law?
Yeah.
Dogs didn't run. You right, brother. They didn't run all over the place because some of the dog pound would come pick them dogs. You remember that? They would come around about once or twice a month through them neighborhoods. They saw them stray dogs. They get them.
That's what my boy be doing every day when he come to work. Then at the beauty supply place, you see him out there with his dog. And he carrying him back to the beauty supply place. He in his arm. So I got to put them Chinese in the pot with the white folks and black women. So I guess you're not gonna, huh?
Peeing in front of the camp too.
He do what?
You let the dog pee in front of the camp.
He let the dog pee in front of the camp?
Yeah,
You let him do it?
No, I had to go there. Nuh-uh. He let the dog walk this way, and I make sure he see me. So when he see me, he picks the dog up and walks.
The-
If I don't do it, he'll let the dog pee in front of the camp. But
I've seen a white woman walk her dog, and the dog was about to take a dump in front of our door. I said, "Hey, baby, get away with that. Don't bring that dog up in there." She took that dog and left.
My neighbor don't speak to me because I said something to him.
You said something to him about their dog.
He walked. They got a big old pretty yard, grass green. He walked his dog, and I saw him get ready to let his dog, in my yard. And I'm like, hey, bro, you got your big old yard up there? Take your dog up there. Don't let him do. I walk in my yard.
You know what you need to
Why
do
you?
next
But
time?
they ain't did it since. Cause I said something to him.
If you do it again, take it to Revelation chapter 22.
Uh-oh.
But dogs and
You know what it says?
dogs and
See what they think about their dog.
Nasty dogs.
15. Let's see that. Yeah. Revelation 22:15. For without
Yeah,
God,
verse 15.
dogs and sorcerers.
See,
Murderers are dogs.
now
So Elder,
that's the only animal y'all got an issue with, apparently.
Oh, we dogs. I was gonna ask you that.
What?
So what about cats?
It doesn't say anything about
I
cats.
knew it said they were cats, that's why I was asking. You
Uh,
only have
the-
an issue with dogs.
The Egyptians used to worship the cats.
Cats, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you got a problem with these dogs. I'm sorry. Y'all got a dog. Y'all about to have a sit down and talk with him and say, I'm sorry.
They make
It
laws.
don't look good
dogs,
for you,
man.
buddy.
They got laws for dogs now. So the leash law, they tell them you can't tie your dog up on a tree now. Yeah, you go to jail for that.
So what do?
You gotta either have a kennel or a fenced-in yard. Yeah, you can't have the dog tied up against a tree no more. You gonna go to jail.
Can't you tie them up in the back?
Mm-mm.
Even if you got a little dog house for them?
You have a dog house for them, but you can't tie them up in the back.
You can't tie them up.
Mm-mm.
No, you can't.
Nah, that animal cruelty, you gonna go to jail for that one. And if somebody find out, oh yeah, they straight.
What the hell?
They love their animals. So you gonna go to jail. Don't tie
See,
no
that's
dog
the
up
When I
problem.
was
against a tree.
growing up,
White dogs listen, black dogs ain't never listen.
There
You ain't
wasn't-
never seen the front
And
yard.
then
White dogs
they
listen, black dogs never
listen, because
listen.
we had dogs growing up, but when you train them, they don't leave out their yard, but you better not come in their yard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the
And
job.
our yard wasn't fenced.
And you had a white dog.
Well, that's the job. But damn,
Yeah.
you can't tie them up either.
had-
It was a white dog.
So what if you
we had
jump on
German
somebody?
Shepherds, not white.
Yes,
You don't supposed to be on their property.
black folk dogs don't
And they,
listen.
you time up if you going into a store for a short period of time. Like people tie their dogs up and let you use the bathroom, but keep them out there. Mm-mm. Yeah. But
Now, how many people in here got a dog?
I done had dogs. But
I
I'm
had it
I
before,
done
but I don't
had
have it
dog.
now.
I'm talking got one now.
No,
I'm just checking. Some of y'all might be faking. You don't like them dogs. I got a dog one time. And put him in the backyard. And he just crapped all over the backyard, dug it up. So I took him down to the animal shelter. I ain't seen her since. About 30 years ago.
no. We had hunting dogs too.
Well, yeah, dogs got a purpose. You know, you got your bloodhounds and trying to find breakaway Negroes. Yeah, I could have said something. So they got a strong sense of smell.
Could have said German shepherds. That helped the police canine. Why you get blood?
Hey man, they get them dog rank, bro.
They call them police dogs, right?
Yeah, but they got ranks too. Some of them got more rank than black police. You got a sergeant German shepherd and you got a corporal black policeman. So the dog will tell the black policeman what to do.
Wow.
So don't expect to see any dogs in the kingdom. You might see Fido on the Lake of Fire. Say, hey, they look like your dog down there, man.
But Elder, when we think about animals and people, we a person has a soul, but we don't think about animals, dogs, cats, birds having souls. There's such thing for animals, like I guess it would if a dog was going there, but do we consider those animals having I never did consider an animal having a so-called soul like a person.
Animals don't have souls.
Yes.
They are a soul. Let me put it like that. Real soul,
Right.
Yeah.
right? They exist. They have souls because they breathe.
Mm-hmm.
They live. So
Right.
that's a living soul.
Right.
Outside of that, y'all, you got this instinct.
Mm.
Yeah. You can train them,
Yeah.
but you can't communicate with them. You know, unless you train them to communicate with you.
Yeah.
But you don't need dogs. You won't need a dog in the kingdom. So that's why they got to go into the lake of fire. Yep. Lassie, Ren 10. So that's not like they're gonna be in the second resurrection though. That if you got any dogs by the time this earth turned into fire, they going in the lake of fire. Yeah. So it best not even have a dog. Yeah. Let's go back to Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 24.
Wait a
Shit.
minute. I thought you finished that chapter, Isaiah 49.
No, I haven't finished.
Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 24. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus saith Yahweh, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy children.
So listen what he says here. He's talking about the lawful captive, whoever he's talking about, are captive somewhere. And it says, shall the prey, and we have been a prey, be taken from the mighty, America's most powerful country in the world, or the lawful captive delivered. When that's true, that word lawful is talking about the righteous captive be delivered. So again, all these prophecies point to us and our condition here in America. And black people don't know that they're captive. But we know. Because we haven't gone home yet. So what are we doing here? So we translated from being a slave to a captive with certain liberties. That's why they had to cut off Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, because they were bringing the captives together into one people. And white folks ain't gonna have you doing that in their land. They're your captives. They gotta watch over you and feed you, make sure you obey the law, which you can't do. So we look at ourselves, that's why I say we're captive. We're in captivity every Shabbat. We're in captivity because I recognize that we don't have the same rights that white people have. White people can do and say anything they want, but not for us. We got liberties, but we don't have freedom. Else we should be able to go back home. But we've forgotten our resting place. Black people that they're the black, that they belong here in America. They can't see themselves anywhere else. So they like being captives. So, but now that Yahweh showing us that, yeah, you got your own land, you need to go back to your own land. Start over, like your father did when they first came into the land. They had to start up the land. Now we got to go back over there and start over, and bring the land into the Garden of Eden. Well, Yahweh's going to do that, but nevertheless, He's going to use us to do that. Because right now the land looks barren. If you ever seen in the pictures of Israel, it looks pretty bad. You can't see any greenery over there. And the people over there, they just got the nastiest attitude. And they're not together either. You got your Orthodox Jews, you got the regular Jews, you got the atheist Jews. Huh? Acidic. Yeah, acidic. That's they're a separate group. They separate themselves from the rest of the Jews.
Those are the ones that are over there rebelling against Netanyahu. They don't tell you that on the news. So what it is, each person in there had to serve for the military.
Yeah.
After 21 for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they had fighting against it because they had the right of religion, so they won't have to go to the military. So now they try to make them serve in the military, and they rebelling, and they all in the streets and stuff protesting to keep from letting their people serve in the military. So they had rights of religious rights,
Yeah.
and so now they fighting over it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It's a probably good.
Oh, okay.
Foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't say nothing. So Zach got my back.
Zach always got your back, bro. I notice now it's getting pretty close to midterm.
Yeah.
Now we halfway.
gone?
Yeah, right now, right. Yeah, you good now.
Gone. Sorry about that Facebook, YouTube. Y'all could have said something.
We getting halfway into Trump's. It's almost midterm. Now they're pushing this reparation again. I saw it again this morning. I say now these Democrats getting ready to run. They're gonna try to push that boy out of California. That's the only thing they got there, Gavin Newsom. And like you said, you did say they were talking about reparations in California, but they never had enslaved in California, right?
That's right.
But now they're pushing this reparation thing again because they know how Jake is.
Yeah.
The Democrats, it's like a man been dealing with a whore all them years and promising that whore something, and
Yeah.
she still want to believe them lies.
But she's a whore, and they know her.
Yeah,
They know what she's looking for. She's looking for free stuff.
right.
So they dangle that reparation up there. Hey, here it is again, y'all. We gonna really do it this time. Yeah.
But you got some island nations, what they're doing is they're demanding reparations from some of the African countries.
Who's demanding?
Some of the island nations.
Some of the island nations?
Island nations are
Like in the Caribbean?
Yeah, in the Caribbean, are demanding reparations from the African countries. You know, because of the whole slave trade situation. Because a lot of the European nations are not starting to apologize for slavery. So you know, they go into the root. The African countries, like you know, we need reparations for y'all because y'all was a part of it.
Yeah, what happened was that the Gentiles who was involved in the slave trade did not have an exit strategy. Because you brought them over here, so what you gonna do with them? You got millions over here, and they having babies all the time. So what you gonna do with them? You don't like them. You abolished slavery, now they stuck. So they didn't think this thing through when they brought us over here.
Oh, that's a good point. You're right. I explained that to somebody. I said they still here.
Yeah,
They never left.
and yet we're still here. Well, whose fault is that? It's their fault. They want to hold on to this the blessing, really.
Mm-hmm.
But we tearing the country apart while they waiting on them blessing.
Well, it's really not a blessing.
It's a blessing for them.
What now?
It's really not, it used to be a blessing for them.
So, yeah.
Not now, though.
It still is. You just got to know the right Negroes. Like LeBron James, right? Star basketball player. Well, he's blessing his owners.
Yeah.
Good point,
He a billionaire and they treating him.
If he
But then at the same time, a lot of countries don't want to attack America because, again, we here. You know what I mean? They don't want to destroy America because we here. Like, they don't want to destroy us too because they know who we are. Like, you know, you sending billions of dollars over there to keep them sleep for the entertainment business and all this, to keep them sleep, all our enemies in some AP to send all these billions of dollars to the movie industry and the music industry and all this to keep us sleep, but they don't want to actually destroy it because they know if we pay for y'all to get destroyed, then we gonna get punished. We know who y'all are. Right.
Well, yeah, we're a blessing to this country. If it's not, but in the prison system,
Right.
they get a blessing by locking us up.
Mm-hmm.
The entertainment industry, sports industry, somebody making money off of us, and they throw us the crumbs off the table, and we live large.
Mm-hmm. Big crime.
Yeah, so yeah, they're big, bigger than ours. Though we don't benefit. The rest of us don't benefit white people. White people see money in Jake and go get it. Made life comfortable for him while he making money hands over fist. Right. So yeah, who else can do that?
Let me ask you something else.
And we're very exciting people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
The Africans and Gentiles, they don't owe us nothing.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
They had us as slaves. White people have us as captives. They had us once upon a time. You don't owe the slave anything. He's your property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to tell that to people. I got a name. Call me UT, Uncle Tom. But they don't understand what the law saying. I don't just go into it with them because they wouldn't understand it. But I say, y'all forgetting reparations. Because Bill Clinton proved that. He got on television. Everybody thought he was going to say the government ain't going to open their coffers up to y'all and give y'all all kind of money. He said, we sorry. He was done with that.
Yeah, but that's how you get black people to vote for you. Offer them free stuff. And it work every time. You think black people may catch on? But all they do is dangle that little free card out there. And you got Jake. You got black people. Anything free, like welfare, food stamps, So, Democratic Party don't want furnishing that free stuff. That's why they go to the Democrats all the time.
You know, you know, Elder, I have had many discussions with our folks because they have an issue, because I never voted before. So they have a real issue with that. Like, you need to exercise your right to vote. Exercise your right to vote. I say, no, voting hasn't done anything for us. So a lot of them, they know, once you talk to them and break it down, they know that this is something wrong with the voting process because it hasn't done anything for them. But they feel like, well, they marched for us to get these rights, so we have to do it in honor of King and all those individuals. You know, it's one of those things, just like religion, Christianity. We've been doing it so long, we're gonna continue to do it. You know, even though we know we can see something wrong with it, we're just used to doing it.
Yeah, try to put that guilt trip on us.
Yeah.
That we died so you can get a vote.
Because if you sit and have a real good conversation with them, like I like to have a real good conversation with them about voting, break it down to us. Look, it's not working. It has never worked. Nothing has changed. It ain't gonna
It's
change.
gotten worse.
So they say, well, I do understand that, but I wanted to exercise my right to vote because they went out and got, you know, beaten and spit on. I said, well, that doesn't make it, just because that transpired doesn't mean you have to do it.
Right.
You
got
think for
it's a
yourself.
choice.
Yeah.
Why you want to force a man to vote? Maybe he don't want to vote. Will anything change? He knows ain't nothing gonna change. Yeah, man.
You know, people that died shooting at the police because they wrong in doing what they doing, but y'all ain't saying we need to go out because people that died shooting at the police. We need to go shoot up the police departments. Y'all ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But they died for the right to vote. When people die for the right to these police officers is doing what they want to do. Some people just stood up and shot it. They got killed. You ain't saying nothing about that.
Yeah.
Go. Let's get go to some. We want to go vote. Let's give them some orders to go shoot up all the police then. But they ain't doing that. So it's like a double standard. You know what I mean?
It's gotten to the point now they don't even ask questions about who they voting for.
They don't care. As long as you
They
black.
don't ask them, well, what you gonna do for our neighborhood?
Like, strictly,
Are you gonna bring the crime rate down? You gonna fix the streets? And get all these junk cars off our street? They don't ask those type questions.
Bunch of crooks.
Huh?
They're a bunch of crooks.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Everyone
they
running
so
for-
used to voting Democrat, they don't even expect nothing out of
But
it.
even our black politicians, they just want to, they run it just
They
to be
the worst.
next line to steal and be a crook.
All you gotta do is show your face.
Yeah, they want to be a crook.
I think when they voted back then in the '60s, it was more of an economic thing, not to vote. Because once those Gentiles realized they was losing money, it wasn't about you being able to vote. It was about them losing money because they kept boycotting, and that's where you can really hurt them. And if you really want to make a difference, spend money with each other. Don't spend money with them. Yeah, show them something. You ain't got to worry about voting. That's the only way you gonna make some change to that voting. Ain't doing nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
Nothing up for
That-
them. And
yeah.
now you got the act now that they're trying to change the voting, what is
Voting
it?
Rights Act.
The Voting Right Act. They just trying to put it back the way they like it, so they can be in charge, and ain't none of y'all up in there with them.
Well, the only reason they they call it SAVE, right?
So
The only reason they bring it, SAVE, S-A-V-E,
Mhm.
the only reason they're bringing it up is because all these illegal people come across the border, and they normally vote Democrat. When Biden first took office, people standing on the border with T-shirts on, saying Biden, let us in. Did y'all see that?
They said,
I know
Who
that.
gave them the T-shirts?
free money.
They did. So these people already expected to come be up in here, and they can't find half of them. Especially them little children, they don't know what happened to them. And they probably never will. So that's why when you gotta wonder, why would you want to reject the SAVE Act to guarantee you that you're a citizen? I mean, that's more than common sense. Why would you allow somebody from another country vote in your elections? But they're resisting it because they know that's the game. The only way they can stay in power is somebody from outside the country vote in our elections. That's why this democratic society, democratic republic we're living in, it don't work. There's too many ways to corrupt it. So, like Elder used to say, people will serve better with a king. So that king is on his way.
Praise God.
Yeah. So We expect the share going to be fair and just. Like it says in Isaiah 42, the Gentiles are going to be looking for somebody to give them justice because they can't find it among themselves. They try to govern themselves, but they're worse than us. I saw a video yesterday. I couldn't tell what because it was kind of at nighttime, but there's a whole crowd of white people fighting in the street. I said, wait a minute. I'm used to seeing NYs, YNs. I'm old. I get things backwards. Y'all can excuse me. Look at it. See, I'm old. But nevertheless, they're fighting like black people. A whole bunch of them. I mean, women just beating each other in the face like black people do. I say, wait a minute, what's happened to my white folk? Have they gone off like are they white folk gonna have a proper beef with their own people?
But they weren't shooting though with it.
Huh?
They weren't shooting with it.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. So that's don't.
No,
Well, listen now.
They weren't shooting.
If they fight now,
They were
that
fighting, but they weren't
shooting gonna come a little later. Yeah, they keep on. See the kind of effect we have on people when we come around. That's why the Africans hurried up and got us up out of there. Yeah, 'cause we probably doing the same thing to them Africans, walking around with pants hanging down.
They doing it now over there. So they're doing it now over there. They mimic us over there.
Yeah,
Probably Judah.
yeah. Let's go ahead and continue, Brother Seth.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 26. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Yaakov.
That's a little violent, don't you think? It says in verse 26, and I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Yaakov. Right now, we act like a godless people. But nevertheless, they're going to end up, they're starting to slowly realize, and I've been seeing this on YouTube and on Facebook, and Instagram, they are starting to finally admit that we the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are white people.
Right.
White people admit, yeah, y'all. They done did the DNA and looked at a whole slew of other indicators that point to us as the children of Israel. That's written about in the book. Now it's been going on for years. I mean, I've seen this years ago, right? But it's growing more and more with different types of white people admitting this, that them Negroes and black people are the children of Israel. Go ahead, Pastor.
Isaiah.
Now we're getting ready to hear the Mashiach speak too. Now we heard Israel speak, right? And we heard what's going to happen to the nation of Israel. Now you're going to hear the Mashiach talking. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 50, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, where is the bill of your mother's divorcement whom I have put away? Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquities have you sold yourselves, and for your transgression is your mother put away.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore, when I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all that it cannot redeem? Or have I no power to deliver? Behold, at my rebuke I dry up the sea. I make the rivers a wilderness. Their fish stinketh, because there is no water, and die for thirst.
Mm-hmm.
I clothe the heavens with blackness, and I make sackcloth their covering.
Mm-hmm.
The Adonai Elohim have given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakened him morning by morning. He wakened up mine ear to hear as to learn.
Now this is the Mashiach talking, right? in verse 4, it says that Adonai Elohim have given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakeneth morning by morning, he wakeneth mine ear to hear as the learned. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 50, verse 5. The Adonai Elohim have opened mine ear, and I was not rebellious, neither turn away back. I gave my back to the smiters, and my cheeks to them that plucked off the hair. I hid not my face from shame and spitting.
And then what happened to the Mashiach? Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Verse 7. For the Adonai Elohim will help me. Therefore shall I not be confounded. Therefore have I set my face like a flint, and I know that I shall not be ashamed. He is near that justifieth me. Who will contend with me? Let us stand together. Who is mine adversary? Let him come near to me. Behold, the Adonai Elohim will help me. Who is he that shall condemn me? Lo, they all shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up. Who is among you that feareth Yahweh, that obeyeth the voice of his servant, that walketh in darkness and have no light? Let him trust in the name of Yahweh and stay upon his Elohim.
Verse 10, who is among you that feareth Yahweh, that obeyeth the voice of his servant? So whoever this is, he's going to be Yahweh's servant. You got to obey his voice. That walketh in darkness and have no light. Let him trust in the name of Yahweh and stay upon his Elohim. So he's still glorifying the Father, right? But he's still Yahweh's servant. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Verse 11. Behold, all you that kindle a fire, that compass yourselves about with sparks, walk in the light of your fire, and in the sparks that you have kindled. This shall you have on mine hand. You shall lie down in sorrow.
Did you have any notes on that? What do your notes say?
Say, walk in your own lead.
So, it says, behold, all you that kindle a fire, that compass yourselves about with sparks, walk in the light of your fire, and in the spark that you have kindled. This shall you have on mine hand, you shall lie down in sorrow. So again, it's symbolic, it's a metaphor.
Right.
Talking about you got your own light. You don't believe in my light. Right? So you see how far your light take you, and it's gonna make you sorrow. You get that, Mother?
Yes.
I got also I got up under that. Those that practice Judaism during antiquity, I had that note down.
You had to what now?
Those that practice Judaism during antiquity, yeah, that's another one of your.
Do you know of any Hebrew Israelite practicing Judaism now? I know Esau does it, but any of us practice Judaism?
What you mean?
No, not us, but the Israelites that are around
What you
the
mean
country.
by-
Are they
what you mean by-
practicing Judaism?
Like as far as
Like Esau does, and like the Pharisees did back in the day.
I mean, you got some that use the prayer shawls and stuff like that, but
Prayer shawl.
I wouldn't call it necessarily Judaism.
Yeah, they have the yarmulke.
They don't use the yarmulke, but they have prayer shawls and stuff like that. But I'm gonna call it necessarily Judaism because it's part of our.
It's not necessarily what you wear. It's how you read this book, right? So, like for instance, Paul, when he talks about people that put more value on washing your hands and your feet, well, that's Judaism, right? And Moshe bust that up. But it's a lot of things that are non-biblical about Judaism. So what you can do is look at how Esau practiced Judaism, and he got that from our fathers. So you're looking at Esau with the prayer shawl on, and with talents, is that what you call it, talents? Yeah, and the yarmulke, Well, that is the outward appearance of Judaism, right? But they got it again from our fathers.
Well, Elder, you got some camps according to what you taught us about them Greeks and how Judaism started, combining the law with the
Hellenism.
yeah. Well, you got some camps, they keeping Thanksgiving.
Didn't he say us do that one time?
Yeah, you got a camp up there in Chicago, they keeping Thanksgiving. They letting women come in there with their head uncovered. They letting women come in there on their cycle. So that's basically what they're doing. They combine traditions with the law. So
So-
that's Christian. Don't Christian church do that? Christian church let them women come up there and clean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they come up there. Now the older women, for some reason, my mother never would go to church with her head uncovered. She didn't know why. She always wore a bonnet or a hat, right? But these young girls now, they straight up nightclub.
Yeah, I know, they got them wigs and weaves and extensions.
So that's Hellenization, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what they're doing is showing everybody how phony they are,
Yeah, that too.
right? Because you weren't born looking like that. You weren't born with makeup on and lipstick and eyebrows and eyelashes out the here. So what do you actually look like? So you're going to church masquerading as a woman. But the men going to church masquerading as women too.
Right.
But it's all about your costume. How you come into church, you got on a costume. And you wear it to impress. And women look at each other because that's vanity. I mean, they've always been a vanity. And the thing about that also is that all you have in these churches are women.
Oh yeah.
You don't have very many men in there. You may have a preacher, and he on his way out, they're gonna get a female preacher. Then the church gonna be packed. But nevertheless, that's the nature of religion of Christianity. You can down there do what you want to do. Come in there any kind of way you want to come in there. They even got sodomite Christian churches.
Oh yeah. I had a guy on my job. He told me one time they had a church that homosexual, they had a section for them to come into church. Because some people were offended at them coming, so they gave them a section on the other side of the church to come in.
And it's still full?
Tobias, he told me
Oh,
about it.
okay.
Yeah, church full.
Well, if you didn't want them in there, but you let them in, well, usually you just well let them, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
They
why
bring-
got
they
the
bring
first
that money.
man.
Yeah, so they welcome them
First
with
husband.
open arms.
Yeah, church.
They say, well, come, they didn't they have that sign up down Church Street? That church say, come as you are,
Come as you are.
old, gay,
With open doors for everybody.
gay, all that stuff. They
Yeah.
had all that stuff on the sign.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a ways of movable. I would never thought white folk would go that low. But here we are, Juneteenth, and Gay Pride Month.
Father's Day.
You put them two together, that should tell Jake something.
They have the biggest gay pride celebration in our land right now.
It's not what?
In our land, in Israel. They have the
Yeah,
biggest gay
yeah.
pride
In Tel
festival.
Aviv, that's the
Yeah.
capital of drag queens, what's the,
That's crazy.
transgenders.
They have the biggest gay pride festival going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah. See, all that's got to be cleaned up. So probably have to burn up everything over there, all the buildings that they built up in there, man, because the land is defiled. They've been shedding blood over there, and they practicing all kinds of abominations. We got idols over there too. And you let all three religions come in your land. That's not what our Father did. If you're gonna come in our land, you gotta worship our God. You can't bring other gods up in there, but they do it in there. So that should tell people that if they read the book, they say, y'all not doing what the book say do. The book say y'all supposed to separate from everybody else. Yeah. That sound like one of them medical rings trying to get me by some insurance.
All day long.
Let's go ahead and continue, Brother Sam.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 1. Hearken to me, you that follow after righteousness, you that seek Yahweh. Look unto the rock whence you are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence you are digged. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him along, and blessed him, and increased him.
Mm-hmm.
For Yahweh shall comfort Zion, he will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of Yahweh. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody.
So we got a pretty good future then, don't we? We're going to be one of the most fertile regions on the earth. Because it says, for Yahweh shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places, and there's a bunch of them over there. And he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of Yahweh. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. You can't find that in there today. So them people over there pretending to be us, they're scared to death. Because them Palestinians over there just walk up on them and stab them. They don't even give a damn no more. So they're paranoid, especially up in New York. But they're paranoid in the land too. So they're scared of everybody. And especially us. Remember when they said the black youth are the most dangerous people in the world? Young black people? Well, they're kind of right. we scared of young black people, man. You gonna say something? Oh, go ahead, Sam.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 4. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation. For a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people.
Mm-hmm.
My righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth, and mine arm shall judge the people. The owl shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall they trust. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished.
So you understand what it's saying here in that verse? In verse 6, lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. That sounds like the end of 1,000 years.
That's it.
Right? And then you're going to know who's going to live forever, because they're talking about the salvation. And everybody's going to be righteous on that new earth. So yeah, in that one verse, you got just about half of Revelation, the last part of Revelation. Revelation 21 on down, that one verse covered that. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephanie.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 7. Hearken unto me, you that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear you not the reproach of men, neither be you afraid of their revilings. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation.
In verse 7 it says, hearken unto me, you that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear you not the reproach of men, neither be you afraid of their revilings. Nobody reproaches us about black people. They say we're in a cult. Well, this verse is about them and how they view us. And white folks don't give a damn. White folks say, just stay in your lane, we'll stay in ours. And we do that. But the only people that hate us for doing what we're doing are black people, Yahweh's own people. So that verse refers to them too. Go ahead, Brother Shepard.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 9. Awake, Awake, put on strength, O arm of Yahweh. Awake, as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not it that have cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Art thou not it which have dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over?
Now, you got notes on those two verses, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 11. Therefore the redeemed of Yahweh shall return and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
Mm-hmm.
I, even I, am he that comforted you. Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man which shall be made as grass? And forgetteth Yahweh thy Maker, that have stretched forth the heavens, and laid the foundations of the earth, and have feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor?
Now, again, who does this point to? Who's been oppressed? I mean, we got, like I said earlier, we got liberties here, but we're still oppressed. We can't get any justice in the courtroom. Well, you at the mercy of a judge that don't like black people. Look at my boy down in Florida. Two white women accused him of raping, and the judge gave him 30 years. He wouldn't admit to the rape. He tried to do a plea deal, but he said no, it's not true. So the judge gave him 30 years. He could have came out in 15. The judge gave him 30 years. As far as I know, he's still there. And it's almost like your boy Camilla, right? Yeah, our brother here, he got baptized, him and his wife, and they convicted him. It was a white judge convicted him, had a white jury, and two white women testified against him. So he wasn't gonna get no justice. And this happened in Florida.
I remember that. No DNA.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I do remember that. That was years ago, right?
Yeah, he was a nurse, and these other two women were nurses also. So they would be in close proximity to one another. So yeah, they could find some DNA on some of the sheets or something at the hospital. But you can't put that with molesting or raping anybody. So again, as far as I know, he's still there. I used to have his number, but whenever you change phones, and I've done it 2 or 3 times, you lose a lot of information. So I ain't been able to get in touch with him. But he's still in my prayers. I pray for him every day. And not just him, but all the brothers that's on lockdown, I pray for them too. Somebody got to pray for them, man, because them brothers in there separate from the rest of the population, separate from the families. That's got to be a heartbreaker, bro. And you got no friend. Your life is on the line every day. It's not like that in all the prison houses, but some of them brothers, they get in touch with me, and we have a conversation about the book and who they are, because they starting to find out who they are in the prison house, and they want us to send them information. By the way, we ain't got none out there in the hallway. Praise y'all. But yeah, that again, we are the only people that fit this description. In verse 12 it says, I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man which shall be made as grass, and forget of Yahweh thy Maker, that hath stretched forth the heavens, and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if you were ready as he were ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor? Yeah, so yeah, this gives us comfort because we see it's talking about us. We're the only ones been oppressed. Go ahead, Stan.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail.
No, that's us. Again, because we recognize, look at the terminology that they're using to describe us. We're captives, but we're exiled from our land. We've been in exile, so we exiled, Yahweh exiled us out of the land and put us in captivity in this land. So, again, it points to no one else on earth but us. Everybody has their own land but us. The Igbo want their own land, but they're already in a land. But they don't want the land that they come from. They want the land in Nigeria. Well, that's not where you come from. This bring you back to the land. So your land is the land of Israel, but they want that land to be, they want a territory in Nigeria. I try to talk to them, but they don't want to listen.
Those brothers, they know who they are, right?
Yeah.
They know about, find that odd, and they know about Yahshua and Yahweh. But they should know where they come from, though. Our group, they know where they come from and don't want to go back.
Yeah, and they know how gangster Esau is. He don't even want the Ethiopians over there no more.
Nah.
So, you remember that brother that was here that came with Naphtali?
Yeah.
You remember Naphtali?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that brother came with? I forgot his name.
Fair skinned brother.
Huh?
Fair skinned brother.
What you say?
Fair skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was married to a Bantu.
Yeah, his wife.
Yeah. Yeah, she used to go here. But yeah, they both disappeared, but nevertheless, I can look at her features and she don't look quite like us. But she said she was a Bantu. So I imagine being over in that area, it's easy for them to maybe mingle in with somebody else. Because if you're Bantu and you marry one of them Nigerians, then your child ain't gonna come out looking like us. Right? So that they didn't have segregation laws over there like we got here. So we kind of maintain our own description, but by not mingling in with the Gentiles. So we all we don't have all the same skin color, but
No, we don't.
we
Let's see, he looking at
Oh
you.
man, I was thinking. They still follow me on Facebook. That sister, that brother that came with Naphtali.
I know Natalia
Yeah.
have.
I'm
I
saying,
think his
yeah.
wife does too, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but tell her and that brother still. Him and his wife. I seen him.
Him and his wife.
Yeah, they posted some pictures of recently of.
Did-
They got a son and a daughter.
I was just about to ask you that.
They got a son and a daughter. Pretty children, beautiful children.
Huh?
And they're like older now, like second grade or something like that.
Yeah. No, they've been gone longer than that.
Ah,
I think it's like Shaq, right, or something like that.
yeah, something with that. Yeah.
I know Natalia got a couple of children.
He got
Yeah.
You got 3 now?
three now. Yeah, the boy. And then another baby. He not. I think 3.
Oh, okay.
I think 3 now. Yeah.
Yeah. Always glad to see him though.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
night, brother. He always shoot me a message every now and then.
Yeah.
Just to keep in touch.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Y'all remember when y'all went to Family Fun Day, y'all tried to play football with them rascals?
Yeah.
I told y'all better sit down. y'all old, you can't keep up with them brother, man.
Yeah.
They didn't listen to me though, boy.
He can play some basketball too.
Go ahead, brother. Sam.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 15. But I am Yahweh, thy Elohim, that divided the sea, whose waves roared. Yahweh of hosts is his name. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which have drunk at the hand of Yahweh the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Thou sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy Elohim.
That's why black people acting so crazy. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith thy Adonai Yahweh, and thy Elohim that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
So this is a very telling verse in verse 22. Thus said the Adonai Yahweh, and thy Elohim that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. So I keep telling folks, this is all Yahweh doing this to us. He's the one beating us down. So it ain't, you can't look at white folks and say, y'all ain't right. Yahweh put them up to doing that. All we had to do is return back to the law. Then have a reason to save us. Because while we're worshiping other people's gods and not keeping these commandments, why should he save us? That's not showing love for Yahweh. That's not even showing love for the Lord. So who do you love? Right? So Yahweh been merciful to us, but this describes us to verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, that Yahweh's going to afflict them, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. Who else? Again, who else did do this? And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. They walked all over us. Physically, literally. They walked all over us, man. So this is Yahweh directly speaking to us and giving us a better hope than anybody in the world, because now we have something our fathers didn't have. And that is, we got our own land now. But you got Jake that say America is Israel, or that Africa is Israel, not distinguishing that the land of Ham is not the land of Israel. Yahweh took it from the Canaanites and gave it to his people Israel, but now we've been kicked out of the land, and Yahweh let us know, I kicked you out of your own land. And I got it recorded here, why I kicked you out of your land. So you pick up on it and learn from it if you like. But you can't come back to the land the way your father went into the land. When our father went into the land, they had the Egyptian gods still on. So we're not going to go through that no more. Right? So we know what the deal is. Our father went through it, left a record, so to let us know, don't do what they did. I'm going to stop right here and open up the floor for questions. Does anyone have any questions before we dismiss? All right. Let's see what we got here on chat.
Good question, Bill. So when we talk about Mashiach being a sacrifice for our sins, we consider him as it was him being let's see, how could I say this? He was sinless and he was pure from that, not because it said the sacrifice that you don't supposed to have no spot, no blemish or anything. So for him being sinless, that was that part of that sacrifice, right? Not because if you look at it like in verse 6 of 50 and 6, it says he was beaten and strapped, so that what his body was bruised and stuff. That had nothing to do with him he wasn't a blemish sacrifice.
Right, he was sinless.
He was sinless, so it was because of that, not because of his body.
Right, that physical beatings.
Yeah.
It's mentioned in 2 Samuel chapter 7. all those bruises that he got.
Mm-hmm.
It's mentioned in 2 Samuel chapter 7. This is the covenant Yahweh made King David. In verse 12 it says, "And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. And he shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart from him, depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee." So he was supposed to be beat, so he got beat.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But Yahweh still said, yeah.
So when it says, if he commit iniquity, what iniquity did the Mashiach commit?
If.
So what now?
I mean,
If.
What?
He said, what iniquity did he commit? He said, and he says, if he commits iniquity.
If he commit iniquity.
no.
But he didn't commit any iniquity, did he?
No.
So he had the bad iniquity of the children of Israel. So you gotta remember now, that animal sacrifice, that lamb, that sheep, that kid of the goat, what sin did they commit? But they had to die for the sins of the sinner. Same thing with the Mashiach. He didn't commit any sin, but he died for the sins of the children of Israel. He died so Yahweh wouldn't destroy his people or this earth. That's how significant his sacrifice was. You see, Yahweh still raised him up on the third day so he can live forever now, because he laid down his life. He voluntarily laid down his life for Yahweh's people. So really, he knew he didn't have a choice. And when we read about his story, we can see that he really didn't have a choice. He was chosen to die. Yeah.
So when we think about it, is it more? It's on a spiritual level with no blemish versus a physical level with the animal sacrifice.
So when we talk about spiritual, you're talking about when he said he wasn't blemished.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't commit any sin.
Yeah.
Right. So he was the perfect sacrifice, just like a regular kid of the goat. What sin did they commit? But they still got to die for somebody's sin. Yeah. So the whole process is still in effect, in that somebody had to die for our sin. So not only did he die for our sin, but the sin that came of the people that came after him. We're talking about the sins of the people here in America. They still Yahweh's people, but they didn't know they were supposed to be keeping Yahweh's law. They weren't in a position to keep Yahweh's law. They were in a position of survival. And they couldn't read or write, but nevertheless, Yahweh prospered them. Even to the point where all they had to eat was swine. And that's against the law, but Yahweh still allowed them to survive, even eating swine. We know better than that now. But they didn't know. They was trying to eat, trying to survive in a land that nobody liked them in. So they ate all kinds of swine, they ate all the unclean foods, squirrels, what's the ugly little animals?
Rabbits.
No, not rabbits. Yeah, they ate rabbits too. I used to eat rabbit.
Possum.
Not a raccoon.
Possum. Possum, raccoon.
Possum.
Yeah.
Not a possum. That's a nasty looking animal. Have you ever ate one?
You know,
Brought back
Elder,
memories, huh?
You know, Elder, when you're younger, whatever they put, that's what you eat. So they cook possum, I taste it. My grandmother.
Yeah. They must realize they couldn't be nobody's pet. you can't kiss a possum in the mouth, bro. Are there any more questions?
You know what? They'll put some potatoes around it.
Okay, let's move on, man. I still got some sloppy joes at the house. I want to have an appetite when I get home. I got Shamayan Israel on Facebook. Hold on a second. No, hold on a second. Yeah, Shamayan Israel on Facebook. Okay. Shalom, Shamayan Israel. Shalom, Brother Abraham Ben Israel. Shalom, Elder Mick. Shalom, Brother Eliyahu. Shalom, El Alahayim, Mother Malaka. Shalom, Bishop Judah. Shalom, Gregory Rucker. Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shalom, El Tobiah. Shalom, Morning Crisp. Shalom, Lonely Red Wolf. Shalom, Sister Naraya. Shalom, Elder Hiram. Shalom, Elder Knock. Shalom, Mickey Anderson. Shalom, Kevin Burtz. Shalom, Brother Malachi. Shalom, Clarence Marks and Sister Yulita. Shalom, Jimmy O'More. Shalom, Rachel by Israel. Shalom, Susie Garman. Shalom, Brother Yosef ben Israel. Shalom, Ezra ben Israel. Elder, when we read Isaiah 49, it seems like that is referring to Yahshua. Could it be like any good leader that he delegated being a light to the Gentiles, to Paul? But I think I explained it in that way because Israel said he would be that light, but you can't see that light, right? This is a physical person that looks like the rest of the people. So how can you be a light if they can't see you? So Paul had to become that light to fulfill the prophecy that's mentioned in 49, Isaiah 49, that he will be a light to the Gentiles. So David, and even Paul said, Yahweh has commanded me to go to the Gentiles. So that was a commandment by Yahweh. Okay, so it's not like you do this on your own. No, Yahweh got to send you somewhere. Yeah, Paul was a chosen vessel. So I imagine he could have been, Meshach could have chosen anybody, but he chose Paul. And we can understand why he chose Paul. Because Paul was a genius. That man was on another level than the rest of the Jews, the rest of the Pharisees, the scribes. This man was sat at Gamaliel's feet, right? So when you read his letter, this man was totally on another level. Shalom, Melinda Curry. Shalom, it's complex. People who don't believe in the resurrection of blank or the deceiver, best to not even talk to them. It's complex. We do realize we do not use that name, so I hope you understand that. His name is Yahshua. He's probably a Christian, poor fellow. Shalom El Nak. In Isaiah 49:1, it speaks of Israel, Yahweh's firstborn, being formed in the womb and from the bowels of my mother have made mention of my name. Just to be clear, what does this part mean? It's reflecting what flesh and blood people go through when you impregnate a woman. The baby's in that womb, so he's identifying with his creation and said, "I was in the womb too, but it's a spiritual womb." Right? It's not literal. It's not a literal womb, but it's a spiritual womb. Because again, we're looking at something that man can't see. Somebody that man cannot see. But what we have here is him identifying with the people that you can see. So it says, "Listen, O owls, unto me, and hearken, you people. From far Yahweh have called me from the womb." So Yahweh doesn't have a womb, but it's identical to the womb that women have. From the bowels of my mother have he made mention of my name. So it's as if he's being born. But again, this is something spiritual, right? Because Israel was not born, he was created. He had made my mouth like a sharp sword, and the shadow of his hand have he hid me, and made me a polished shaft, in his quiver have he hid me. That tells you another thing about the Israel, that you can't see him, right? So how can he be called from the mother's womb when you can't see the womb, right? But this is how he describes his development, his purpose. That my purpose is to bring the children of Israel back to Yahweh, but I can't do it being invisible. So I gotta find me a body. Y'all gotta prepare a body for me, so I can inherit it, inhabit it, and people can see their salvation. Good question there, Elder Knott. Shalom, Brother Kevin Birch. In Elder, what you're speaking about right now, when you spoke about religion that's under that one world order, what happens? Do we be in this nation at that time? What would happen if we practicing under our doctrine? No, not the house of Judah here in America. They won't be on the scene doing that one world order. Yahweh willing, will be in the wilderness, going through that 3.5 years of great tribulation. But the rest of the 9 tribes will have to go through that one world order. So again, you're not going to be, America won't even be here when that new world order is set up in that 3.5 years of great tribulation. America won't even be here anyway. America is slated for destruction, so we don't have to be worried about practicing somebody that one world religion that everybody else is going to be practicing. That's one of the reasons that one world order is going to make war against the saints, because they're not going to go for it. They're not going to take that name, number, and mark, and they're not going to be part of that one world order. So they're going to be in a hunt. They're going to be hunting these people down and killing them. So we'll be practicing the doctrine that we get out of the Bible in the wilderness, because again, America will not be here at that time. Doing that 3.5 years of great tribulation, that one world order, America won't be here. Shalom is complex. I heard Revelation is not written by John. It was 500 years before John was born. I believe evil, one thing to get Christians to believe they will be slaughtered, etc. They plan to have it one world of evil power. I don't understand what he's saying. It was written 500 years before he was born. So are you saying that he was born during the time of the Babylonian Empire, even before Israel got kicked out of the land? That's when John the Revelator was born? I don't know what Bible you're using, buddy. They planned it to have one world of evil power. Shaking my head. Shalom, Mother Marsha. Shalom, Brother Kemuel. Shalom, Elwin. Okay, you got it. All right. I see how you spell Israel here. Shalom, Yahweh Song. Shalom, Hadassah, Israel. Shalom, Tamika Woodears. Shalom, Elami, Holy. All kind of people were taken by the Catholic priests and nuns. Children stayed in residential school. Children got molested. The whites took our American land. We are called First Nation speakers. Well, welcome to our program. Great class with Alahayim. Shalom, here's 5. To answer the question the sister asked late yesterday. Oh, thank you, Hez. Thank you. I knew I was going to forget it. Shalom, Elder Eleazar's mother, Akia. Brother Cujo says, where is the verse that says, obey the laws of the land, then it will go well with you? It's in Romans chapter 13. Subject, be subject to the people that Yahweh put over you. Brother Stephen, why don't you read Romans 13, verse 1 to verse 7.
Verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Elohim. The powers that be are ordained of Elohim. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of Elohim. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of Elohim to thee for good, but if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of Elohim, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Wherefore you must needs be subject not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake. But for this cause pay you tribute also, for they are Elohim's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor.
So again, this doesn't say verbatim the laws of the land, but you're supposed to obey the king. The king is the law of the land. So that's what that is, but Elder Knock, the king is the law of the land. He can change the law if he wants to. I appreciate that, Brother Heads. This is from Sister Carletta Harris. Came in after I did my Beyond the Surface program. During the time I was after the sermon or something like that. The question is, do you forgive if they ask you to? Do you just automatically forgive everyone who sins against you? Not being contrary, just honestly want to know. Well, Peter asked the Mashiach about that, didn't he? He said, Master, how often should I forgive those that sin against me? Till 7 times? And the Mashiach said, till 77 times. Right? So it's not about them asking you to forgive them, even though that was what the structure of the request was, that how often should I forgive my brother? Right? That doesn't say he knew he sinned against, or he asked to forgive him. But it says, how often should I forgive him? So that goes both ways. So if he asks you to forgive him, forgive him. If he sinned against you, they may not know they sinned against you. So what do? You let them know. Hey man, that's a sin against me. Right? Isn't that in the law? To rebuke your neighbor. Right? So that in both cases, you ask for forgiveness. In the book of Acts, when they were stoning Stephen, he asked Yahweh to forgive him. Same thing with the Mashiach. When they were getting ready to hang him up on that tree, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Right? But everybody went on the crucifixion. But he still asked for forgiveness for all of them. So yeah, be magnanimous and just forgive all of them. I don't have anything. Hold on now. Let's see. Shalom, Elder Priest and Saint. Does Daniel 7, 13 and 14 describe the ascension and reward for his work on the earth? That is reflected when you, let's go there first, let's make sure. In Daniel chapter 7. In Daniel chapter 7, verse 13 and 14, it says, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And I was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, in his kingdom, in that which shall not be destroyed. He hadn't received that yet. All right, so he'll receive that. If you go up and read Revelation chapter 5, and Paul, John the Revelator said, he that sat upon the throne had 7 seals, and nobody was be able to find open up the 7 seals. So they looked at the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and you got the same scenario that the Son of Man was brought to he that sat upon the throne. We got the same thing in the Ancient of Days in Daniel chapter 7. So they're reflecting each other, but it's go in a little bit more detail in the book of Revelation than here. This is like an overview, like with Isaiah's prophecies, like an overview of the final outcome of those prophecies. But it still ends up the same way. In that case, in Revelation chapter 5, he opened up the 7 seals. He's revealing what's going to come upon the earth in the past and in the future. So, but this doesn't reflect that. It just said he's been given dominion over nations and languages and tongues, and it's going to be everlasting dominion. So it's a shortcut to what he's going to eventually be doing. So in the book of Revelation, yeah, it's got to go through again the 3.5 years of great tribulation. You got the trumpets of destruction, the vials of wrath to go through. We got people that the beast is going to make war with the saints, and people are going to have to take a name, number, and mark, and all those things. That's not reflected in Daniel chapter 7, verse 13 and 14. But the book of Revelation does reflect that. So the question is, describe the ascension and reward for his work on the earth. Again, he hasn't received it yet. Right? So at this time, yeah, again, he's looking at the overview that he will eventually receive it. But right now, he's sitting on the right hand of majesty on high. But when you go up into, for instance, Psalm chapter 2, in Psalm chapter 2 and verse 6, it said, "Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill Zion. I will declare the decree. Yahweh have said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee." That day was the day of resurrection. But he hadn't received the kingdom yet. So in Daniel chapter 7, yeah, he's received the kingdom. But in Revelation chapter 5, it's going to take a little bit more time to receive that kingdom. He's got to return first and make war against that one world government. So yeah, it's already, in Daniel chapter 7, yeah, you can say he got it, because that's how Daniel described it. But Daniel is not looking at the whole picture. He's looking, again, like he got an overview. But bottom line, yeah, that means that he is going to inherit the kingdom. Good question there, Brother Mikael. Shalom, Brother Eliyahu. Elder, to answer your question about blacks who practice Judaism, there are on YouTube, I've seen them represent Judaism, discuss and debate Israelites. I guess they are. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, Brother Eliyahu. How you doing, man? I hope you're feeling better. I don't have anything out there. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Excellent question, folks. You going, man?
You
All right, slow down. Don't let them pull you to the curb, bro. You're going to knock somebody down again. Again, thank you, Facebook. Join us for our history class coming up this coming third day, which is Tuesday night, and our sisters class coming up this fifth day, which is Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and Sabbath service this coming seventh day at 1 o'clock. So again, thank you Facebook, thank you YouTube. Yahweh bless you and keep you.